Yo, hello everybody and welcome back yet again to another daily update video. My name is CryptoStash, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having an amazing week currently. It is Thursday and let's get right into the charts as Bitcoin right now has failed to reclaim the weekly pivot. We've not yet tested it. As you can see, the price is currently pulling down. We are still trading below that value area low, which is 150.5k, very important level. But also something that is keeping me a bit bullish is that we are slightly trading, as you can see, above that first major support basically that we've right now gotten back above. As you can see, this line right here basically from the low at the previous all-time high. As you can see, we've yet to test that lower low right here that I'm talking about, which is also where most of the liquidity sits for Bitcoin. Basically, I am expecting a potential push to this level, but as of right now, the stock market is doing alright, still sitting above the weekly pivot. So in my opinion, Bitcoin will just continue to range here a bit, or maybe even not being correlated anymore with the stock market. So it is very possible that Bitcoin starts dropping down while the stock market remains high to the upside basically. This is also a possibility. The S&P 500 is sitting basically at almost all-time highs. As you can see, we are just exactly here. So if we manage to push above the weekly R1, I am expecting a potential hit of 6,500 for the S&P 500, which would be, I think, exactly, we did not hit that. That would be a historic pump for the S&P 500 if we hit 6,500, basically a new all-time high. But as of Ethereum right now, Ethereum is right now rejecting from its weekly pivot. As you can see, we tried to reclaim it, we pushed down, we then tried once again, and right now we are pushing back to the downside again. The Bitcoin dominance is right now pushing higher after bouncing from the weekly S1. Basically, you can see, I think on the daily, yeah, our RSI indicator is a bit oversold, touching that line right here. It is not yet flashing that much oversold like the last time it did here, basically after this major drop, since right now we are kind of dropping with small corrections. So basically we want to see, as I said, the Bitcoin dominance reject from that weekly pivot and potentially find its way lower to basically the last S3, that would be 56% for the Bitcoin dominance. And I am still targeting this low right here, this low, which as you can see is 6.5% down basically. So I am expecting a potential somewhat of a reaction if we get to down here basically. Then it is possible that once the Bitcoin dominance gets here and starts potentially reversing, that the altcoins would have potentially topped out, as I like to say. So basically very important level to watch out for the Bitcoin dominance. Solana today has pushed very nicely. If we look at Solana, we kind of pushed above the weekly R1. We are right now rejecting from it. We failed to go to that 2020 to 220 basically zone. It is a very key zone. As you can see, this is that previous high right here, which we are failing right now to reclaim. We need to see a daily candle closure above this previous high right here basically. If we measure it like this, you can see right now we are only wicking above it. We want to see a potential candle closure above this high right here in order for Solana to start pushing higher basically to all-time highs. But if we get back to Bitcoin, everything, as you know, depends on Bitcoin. We want to see Bitcoin manage to reclaim that weekly pivot, and most importantly that value area low right here. But if this has been the bottom, then I don't see this level potentially holding, since we are basically bouncing from nothing. We are not bouncing from here, we are not bouncing from here. We want to see a very nice bounce from an actual level that has confluence on the charts, as you know, where most of the liquidity, where actual buyers are sitting with big orders. We want to look for that very key level before deciding to buy more or open a long positions. As for right now, as I have told you, I am expecting a potential push back above to that value area low, and then finally a expected drop to my actual target. My most bearish target would be down at 98 to 93k basically, but I am expecting that we get some kind of confluence from the 105k, since there is a lot of liquidity sitting here waiting to be taken out. If you look at the liquidation heat map, you can see right now majority of the liquidity is sitting to the upside, 118, 115, basically 115 to 118k, very important levels, and price might wanna go and retest and grab that liquidity before potentially going down if buyers do not show more buying pressure right here. Something also to look out for, the Bitcoin ETFs. We are seeing another daily inflow basically of 81 million as of right now. We do have 3 days of inflows in a row, which is very nice. This is exactly what we want to see. We want to see the big institutions keep buying Bitcoin before anything else. This is, as you can see, this time right here when we had 6 days in a row, basically Bitcoin has been pushing lower. So this is very important to look out for. We are right now almost at 40. Basically we are almost at that fear zone, and in my opinion one more big drop like the one that we got if we go on a low time frame, basically another like liquidity sweep during the weekend, basically 4% I think of a candle, that would scare everybody in my opinion. And this is where we want to look for potential buys if we get a liquidity sweep down to 105k. This is where right now I am mostly looking for a potential target basically. Also the long versus shorts ratio, we do have right now more long sitting on the major exchanges basically, so buyers are still applying pressure into the markets. There are a lot of buyers, as you can, a lot of sellers basically right now, more than the buyers. Also, if we look at the open interest data, you can see the open interest has been consistently falling. Also, the CVD has been also falling. This suggests that there are a lot of short positions opening up right here. And if bulls do not step in right now, it is very possible that those short positions would push potentially price further down until we hit my key level targets that I have just mentioned. So these are the most important targets to look out for, in my opinion. I might be wrong, as you know, this is not a financial advice, but this is where most confluence is sitting right now for me on the charts. And as I have told you, basically, in my opinion, if the bull market is not over, prices below 93 to below basically 88k is right now not a possibility. I don't even want to look lower below 93k. This is like my last target basically, where in my opinion a lot of buyers will step in, and I will be flipping bullish right here. If we get down to that extreme level right here, I would be flipping bullish, and I would be expecting a higher price targets continuation basically up to 150k, which is my final target. Now, as you can see, a correction down to this level from the all-time high that we have made right here would be a 25.2% of a correction, which is basically $31,000 of a correction for Bitcoin. This is a lot. If we measure before, you can see from this all-time high that we made all the way down to 74k, we've got a $35,000 correction, which was around 35% back in last summer, where we dropped from 70k all the way down to 49k. That was a correction of around 21k, basically 30%. So if Bitcoin gets a correction above $25,000 to $30,000, this is, in my opinion, a bottom out signal, and this is where you want to look for buys to be taking place. And so yes guys, that would be it for my update video for today. I hope you liked the video. Subscribe for my channel and I'll see you again on the next one. Bye.